Welcome to the Sports Blitz. I'm your host, Mark Freeman, and these are this week's top stories. New Miami Marlins manager Ozzie Guillen is in a firestorm of trouble as he spoke out in defense of Cuban dictator Fidel Castro. Ozzie Guillen says he loves and admires Cuban dictator Fidel Castro. He's been suspended 5 games by the Marlins for his comments, and he had a press conference today in Miami where he tearfully asked for the fans' forgiveness as a misstep. I guess he acted like he didn't know what was going on there and what Fidel Castro has put the Cuban people through as a dictator in his nearly 60 years. But he came out and admitted he was wrong. But the thing is, he's alienated a lot of Cuban fans, which is the Miami Marlins base of fans. And, you know, before this Petrino situation, I'm probably going to say I would have leaned the other way and say that they need to fire him. But the more I think about it, the more I talk about moral issues and how they don't affect the job, I find it hard to believe that the Miami Marlins will end up firing Ozzie Guillen throughout all the problems that he brings the team. Next up, the New Orleans Saints appeals have been denied by Roger Goodell. The full season suspension of head coach Sean Payton, 8 games for GM Mickey Loomis, and 6 games for defensive assistant coach Joe Vitt have been held up, while Greg Williams did not appeal his suspension. I think if anybody deserves to be run out of the league in this situation, it's Greg Williams for the things that he said about going for the head, with what we know about concussion trauma and things that come after the NFL careers of some of these players are over. I really don't think there's any place in the NFL in this generation for guys like Greg Williams saying go for the head or go for the ACL and let's injure somebody. Exciting news on the Hill as Arkansas point guard, shooting guard combo B.J. Young announced last night at the basketball banquet that he's made a decision to come back to school for his sophomore season. As the team's leading returning scorer, B.J. Young will join Marshawn Powell, who's coming back from injury, and Arkansas looks to be a lot different in the 2012-2013 season. And finally, spring sports are in full effect throughout the River Valley as all the local teams are participating in baseball, softball, soccer, track, lots of things going on in the community. Be sure to go out and support your local team as they chase a state championship. That's all the sports for this week. For everyone at the River Valley Leader, I'm Mark Freeman. Click back next week for more Sports Blitz.